What's going on, everybody? Stefan Martinez, Nicholas Gambaro. Special Wednesday edition of the Nick and Steph Show today. Wanted to switch it up a little bit for you guys. Plus, we got some stuff happening in our world. But we're here. We hope you join us, and let's get to it, man. Hockey opening night, NHL opening night. This guy really got the games on. He's fired up. He's ready to go. So what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking about so far, the action you've seen? What do you think about, the season going forward and how this 56 game season might play out?
It's going to be an absolute sprint. Your Flyers are up right now, Kayla. They're looking really good, actually. They almost scored again at the start of the second period. Couple deflection goals, my kind of hockey, staying in front of the net, But it's going to be a sprint, but it's going to be exciting, unique, really because of the divisional lineups. If you love rivalries, as we mentioned on the show, this hockey season is for you because that's all you're going to see is divisional rivalry matchups. But also, too, we have to keep in mind COVID, and already 2 players actually in this game are not playing. So they're in COVID protocol. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that they have COVID or they tested positive, but maybe they came in contact. So this could be a regular thing you might see, like in the NBA or in the NFL. MLB had their issues too, but everyone seemed to plow through.
Right.
Look, if they had a bubble, I think they would have no cases like they did in the summer, but the players didn't want to do that, which I could understand. That was hard, being away from your families for months on end, and if you made a deep run.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited for it. It's going to be unique. It's still weird without fans, but honestly, even this game, I'm like into it. And I'm like the biggest fan guy. Like, I love atmospheres, but just something about hockey, it just draws you in, and the players care. Like, not the other sports, they don't care, but hockey is just different. And I don't know. The shortened season, there's just all this on the line. Like, every game's divisional. It's a heart attack. Like, Kayla's dying right now, I'm sure, even though it's game 1. But every point matters that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're playing your biggest rival. So, what up, Skip? Yeah, let's go Jets. They're probably going to screw it up again, but, we'll get into them later because, oh my God. We'll see who they hire. They have a lot of options, but I don't know anymore. Like I told this guy on the phone the other day, I really give up. I don't know. Whoever they hire, they hire. Whoever they draft, or if they keep Sam, like, I don't know. We'll really have to find out. But yeah, and on the docket tonight, I mean, the games they got, you're starting off. I know you're happy about that. Harden, James. Stefan has all the news on that later on. But we're starting with hockey and the schedule tonight. I mean, Flyers, Penguins first, then across the border in Canada, you got Leafs, Canadians. Then you got the Chicago against the Lightning.
Can I cut you off real quick? How is this going to work now? Are the Canadian teams in the States or are they in Canada?
Oh, Penguins just tied it, and who else? Crosby. Sorry, Kayla. I'm not happy either about it. So the Canadian teams are only playing in Canada, but now a Canadian team is guaranteed a spot in the top 4. So it could be, I don't think it is likely, but you could see a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final. But do they win it? No, I'm sorry. Even Toronto, it's like, you got to show me first. If you can get out of the first round, Or if you could win a round, even though it's in your own country and in your Canadian division, you still got to show me something. Like if you lose still in the first round, it don't matter who you play, Montreal or Vancouver or whoever. I mean, like, where are we going? You're very top heavy at forwards. You just got two old guys. One really old in Joe Thornton. I mean, he's great. Wayne Simmons, I think, was an awesome pickup. I think any team would be lucky to have him. But he's kind of getting up there. But again, they have no defense. The only thing, too, I want to go to the Chicago Lightning game quick. I don't like I like that the Lakers this year, they're not raising their banner yet. They're going to wait till fans are in the building. But the Lightning are raising the banner tonight. I don't know. To me, that doesn't feel right without fans there. But that's their choice as an organization. So who am I to say? But I don't agree with that. But there's also Edmonton, Vancouver tonight. And then the nightcap is Colorado, St. Louis, which, I mean, your boy Landeskog and Nate McKinnon. And then you got the Blues. That should be an awesome game if I could even stay awake that late for that game. But yeah, the NHL did an awesome job with the opening day or opening night schedule. I'm really, though, missing Doc. It's hard. It's hard having no Mike Emmerich this year, but, we knew he was going to retire at some point, but it would be this soon.
But, let's just focus on these games tonight, and we'll want to sit here for a second and focus on some of these games. What's the game that you're looking at going, you know what? I know it's night one, and I know we usually can't tell things on night one. I'm very similar in that respect. I don't want to rush into things and say, well, this would happen or this will happen, but it's night one. What do you see so far as the must-see matchup tonight besides this one? Like, what's got your juices flowing as a hockey fan?
I just think the matchups themselves, even like Maple Leafs Canadians, for example, like just the additions that Montreal has made, like Jake Allen as a backup to Carey Price. The veteran Corey Perry now is on the Canadians. And then the additions I mentioned with Toronto, I'm interested to see Jumbo Joe and Wayne Simmons. Also, too, in the other Canadian matchup, how is Vancouver going to fare this year with the absences that, the departures that they got to deal with?
Right.
Edmonton, they're always very high up there, like very high expectations, but they're still, to me, not a complete team or a Stanley Cup contender. Colorado, St. Louis, really, just simply for the rivalry in division. I mean, with all of these, but just the talent on both sides.
Right.
So,
and I agree with you. And let me be honest with you, for the record, I'm excited for this hockey season. Now, I'm speaking. What's up, Ray?
What up, Ray?
I'm speaking exclusively as a neutral hockey fan here. So let me just preface my comments by saying that. However, when you look at the way the season is laid out, you got a lot of divisional games. You got, like you mentioned, St. Louis. I feel like St. Louis they're gonna get back to form. I think Jordan Bennington had I don't want to say a down season, but it wasn't what he was.
It was very weird. It was. And also, too, now you won't have Jake Allen in the background. Like, not that he's going to necessarily take his job, but Jake Allen's a very talented goalie.
Right.
So Bennington won a Stanley Cup as a starter. So you don't have to look over your shoulder. But listen, any player, if you're not playing well and you got a really good backup, doesn't matter what sport, you're going to be looking over your shoulder. It's like a quarterback. If you're playing really bad, but you know you got a really talented guy on the bench, you might be like, Is my job at jeopardy here?
And that's what's beautiful about sports is the competition within the competition. No
Exactly.
one is good enough to take my job if I have a bad couple of weeks, if I'm not focused, if I'm not coming out ready to play, especially in a season like this, where 56 games is going to go by in the snap of a finger, and you don't want to be the team that falls behind, that doesn't get out of the gates with some sort of sense of urgency, because you have somebody ready, willing, and able to take your job. And so that's why I'm fascinated with what happens if a known goalie gets off to a rough start. Like let's just use you guys for an example. Let's just say Varlamov gets off to a rough start, and I'm not wishing that. I'm just using that as an example. How quickly does Sorokin take his job? How quickly do you make the move and go, you know what, we're going with the kid? And it's 56 games. It's not a full 86, 82 game season. We don't have the luxury to sit there and wait and see what guys can do. When do you start to do that?
That's a tough call. That's more up to the coach. Barry, if that were the case, which knock on wood, I hope does not happen. But Barry will have to evaluate, and who knows? Barry might, after like 3-4 games, he might say, all right, let's see what the kid's got. But even last year with Greiss and Varlamov, not that either one of them were bad, but he would, if you remember, he switched on and off every night. Mm-hmm. Like it'd be Varley one night, Greiss the next night, and so on. Then eventually he kind of rode out Varley a little bit, but then if he had a bad game, then it would be Greiss. So it's all about riding the hot hand at the moment. And what we're hearing about this kid Sorokin I've been hearing it as an Islander fan forever now. Mm-hmm. He's the real deal. His numbers are no joke, his stats. So I'm very excited.
As you should be. Because I'd be too. Knowing that.
And again, too, sorry to cut you off, but as I always say, in the NHL, you got to have a solid 2 goalie tandem, because if you don't, it's a problem.
It's like a good catching duel in baseball. If you got 2 solid catches, you can give a guy a day off.
Solid quarterbacks in football.
Right. You give a guy a day off, and you won't lose a step. Now, you may lose some things in certain areas, but if you got 2 solid goalies, you can basically win any game you go out there and play. And that's a very, very comforting feeling. I'm sure for any of the head coaches that are there, anybody that, is an avid hockey fan, if you got 2 serviceable goalies, that's a very, very good feeling. And look, I'm not going to rule out Boston to be one of the title contenders. I'm not going to rule you guys out to be a cup contender. I know Pittsburgh's older, Tampa's older, but those
Boston,
guys.
Can we just I want to get into Boston for a minute or two, because very interesting. I was listening today to Hockey Central, and Elliot Friedman was talking about it, that, a lot of people automatically, and me and you both, will of course say, oh my God, Boston, like you got to watch out for them. They're this great. But I feel like this year that may not really be the case. Now, I think they're still going to be great, and I have them as a playoff team.
Right.
But losing Torrey Krug and Zdeno Chara, 2 of your best defensemen,
right,
that's going to play a massive factor. Now, of course, you have Patrice Bergeron, who's an unbelievable 2-way player. A lot of those guys are committed to playing defense. Even if you're an offensive guy, you will have to play defense.
Right.
And you know what, too? Torrey Krug was great at.
Ray, appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Ray. I'll be getting the green screen soon, so looking forward to some Islander backgrounds, the Mets when they start. So can't do any Jets though. That can't. But
look, I agree with you on the Torrey Krug thing. All right, let's examine this for 1 second. The Torrey Krug thing is fascinating because I think it's great if you're the Capitals. You weakened one of your rivals at the gate.
Yep.
Tougher. You may not have gotten. I don't want to diminish Torrey Krug. That's not my intent with this statement. However, I do think that you've gotten better because you've gotten more physical. I don't know if skill level wise you got better, but I think from a physicality standpoint, the Capitals definitely took a step forward. And like you mentioned, Boston lost to Dano Chara, which is another physical presence that is no longer with your hockey club. So now you got to find other ways to impact the game. Now you still have Marchand, you still have Bergeron, you still have some physical guys. Charlie
McAvoy.
You still have some physical guys, but those two guys were the staples of your toughness. Like, you knew when you played Boston, you were going to get hit hard by Torrey Krug. You were going to get hit hard.
Oh, yeah. Even for a smaller guy, he would fight. He would hit. Yeah.
And there's something to that when the physical toughness of a franchise it kind of loses its identity. And let's do this if you don't mind 1 second.
Sure.
But it's almost like Pittsburgh, the Steelers. The Steelers were a running football team for as long as Mike Tomlin's been the coach. And now you see them and they break away from running the football, which is what their identity was for many, many years. And now they became, we're going to throw the ball all over the lot. We're going to be more of a finesse team. We're going to get the ball out quick. Which
ain't really steal a football.
It's
historically.
Not. And that's what I'm wondering with the Bruins is, do you take those two guys off your club and change the dynamic of your hockey club? Not only on the ice, but in the dressing room, in the locker room.
Right, and they lost a great mentor and a leader. Not to say Bergeron won't be as the new captain, but Zdeno Chara was such a presence. I mean, been in the league for years. He would take the young guys under his wing and show them the ropes. Right. Now you don't have that. And I'm sure Marchand and Bergeron, will take Chara's place in doing that, but it's not going to be the usual Boston Bruins that you're used to seeing. Now they're going to be dominant, but it's going to be very different defense.
In a 56, I'm sorry to cut you off, but in a 56 game season, I don't know if they're going to be that dominant because now you're going to put pressure on guys that didn't have the pressure before. Now there's more pressure on a Marchand. Now there's more pressure on a McAvoy. Now there's more pressure on a David Pastrnak to take it to another level, to become an even better player, a more efficient player. And what I think those guys allowed you to do is they allowed you to play your game. They allowed the crew, they allowed the McAvoys and the Marchands and all these guys to play their game. So now they were able to flourish because they didn't have to worry about, we know the old heads got it. The OGs got it. They'll help us get through, this phase or whatever. And now that you strip a little bit of that away, I feel like Boston becomes a bit more vulnerable.
Oh, definitely. And in that division with the Islanders, the Flyers who are going to be improved.
Right.
Pittsburgh, who's, still lurking and, they're still good.
Right.
Washington. So the East is definitely the toughest division overall. Nobody can tell me or convince me otherwise. I mean, okay, you could say the West is tough, but honestly, it's really just the Avalanche, Vegas, and St. Louis. And then
I feel like in the East, there's so much parity and there's a lot of depth in the East. You go through the Islanders, you go through Boston, you go through Philadelphia, you go through Pittsburgh, you go through all these teams. There's so much depth around all these teams. Listen, even a young team like the Rangers in a 56-game season, the Rangers, the younger teams that aren't expected to make the playoffs, they can do some things because they're like, these old heads don't want to skate. It's 56 games. They just got out the bubble like 4.5 months ago. You're going to see a lot of young teams get off to early good starts because the old guys still got to get their legs going. They got to get their hockey legs back So this is going to be a very compelling, I want to say first month, because Big Dog, it feels to me that, yeah.
And it ain't even close.
On paper, it stacks up that way.
Like even the Canadian division is going to be tough, but not like Stefan said, the depthness. You have toughness. You also have skill.
Right.
And Noah, don't overlook the Central. Everybody's looking over that division. Don't look over it. You got Dallas. You got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, to overlook that division makes no sense to me because
you got Columbus, Carolina's solid, Chicago,
right,
Nashville. Although I think they take a step back as well.
I agree.
You think the same thing.
I agree.
But yeah, nobody is talking about that division. But
what do you think that is?
I think, well, I was gonna say like the teams don't pop out at you, and most of them don't. I mean, of course, you got the Chicagos, you got the Detroits, you got Nashville,
Right.
and Dallas and Tampa. But then it's Florida, it's not really all big market teams.
Right.
Where if you look at the East, or the West, LA, San Jose, Vegas, St. Louis, Colorado, Boston, Washington, so on, Philly. But whereas the Central, it's like,
okay, so if I can make this quick comparison,
go ahead.
It's almost like Stern. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
What's up, Stern?
In the East, play. We agree.
Oh yeah,
we agree. 1,000%.
There's only 4 teams in each division,
right? So I think that's a very accurate assessment on your part.
And that's the other thing too. If you're worried about, like, say if you're a casual fan, like, oh, well, I get into it. Listen, like every game is magnified, right?
Which is
every point matters, as Stern pointed out.
Right.
So it's gonna be wild, and that's the thing, like a great playoff team could very well miss out by even like 1 point. Like if you lose a game early, that might affect you down the road.
Right. Yeah. Right. It could be a season because you don't really know what team could get hot, could come from behind if they had a slow start and they find their rhythm midway through the season, and you're the one that, you started out hot and then it kind of all fades away. That can be a very, very compelling, thing to look at down the stretch of these games. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you.
Definitely. And then who knows with COVID, like, will guys be missing will teams be missing guys, or that too plays a massive role in teams either making it or not making it. Look at football this year. And not to undermine your team, but even it. Like, who expected the Browns to be in it? Certain teams, like who expected even baseball, like the Marlins. I didn't think they were.
Yeah, the Marlins are the key example because nobody expected the Marlins.
Or other teams in baseball.
Right.
In general, in every sport.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? So that's what I'm saying. Does a young team like the Rangers, does a young team that is not expected to do much in a 56-game season go, what the hell? Nobody expects us to be good anyway. Let's just go.
I hope not them, but I see your point. It could, a young team like that.
What about the Devils?
In any division could make noise.
The Devils, nobody expects nothing really from the Devils. What if the Devils turn around and say, you know what, nobody expects nothing from us. Let's go out there and play hard and win some hockey games.
They could sneak in. I don't know about making noise, but they could sneak in there.
Hey, man, all it takes is for you to get in. It doesn't.
And then who knows? A good structured team like the Islanders, the Flyers, I think can make a very deep run again. Same in the West, like with Colorado or Vegas. St. Louis, too, now. That's where Torrey Krug went. That's going to be big for them.
See, here's the thing. I'm not looking at the established teams like you are. I'm looking at the younger teams that nobody expects nothing from, because it's such a short season that these younger teams are probably like, these older heads don't want to skate. Let's go win these high. Let's go win, especially early on, because the older heads are like, Older heads pick their spots. Like Boston, you got a bunch of guys that are gonna pick their spots. Even you guys coming out the gate early, I think you guys are gonna pick your spots. I think Barry and Lou are going to be very strategic in how some of these lineups are structured. You're not going to see guys playing crazy amounts of minutes. It's going to be a very, very different structure of how things how things play out. And you mentioned about the COVID.
Go back to the Central. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you mentioned about COVID and how COVID can impact the season. So that's another thing that we have to look at is, do the younger teams at the end of the season that are out of it start to, I don't want to comply. We suck. We're gonna miss the playoffs. It's gonna be a hard road to hoe. Do we really want to do this? That's when it becomes a bit of an issue too, because especially younger teams that don't really want to comply. Nobody wants to stay in their hotel room, especially if you suck. Now, if you're playing for the championship and you got something going on, then yeah. But if you're a younger team, you probably don't want to go through all that drama, if you will.
Yeah, it's.
But you wanted to go back to the Central. What was on your mind?
I'm wondering if teams like a Chicago or a Nashville, like everyone's overlooking us, so they think we're old.
Right.
Maybe those teams too we could look at and go, maybe they can do some. I don't know about make the playoffs, but they can make things interesting.
Right.
So it's really a matter of, to me, who's going to start off, who's going to have a great start. Because if you don't, it's going to be very hard to come back from, I think. Whereas if you have a great start and get enough points to have a solid cushion, even if you lose a few games like in February or March, you're still in that upper echelon of, all right, like we know we're up there. Like, yeah, we had a skid, but we had that good start. Whereas
so you got
like that, if you have a bad start and then halfway through, you're probably like, man, like this is going to be really hard to come back from. And so
that's a good point. That's a very good point. And that's why I don't want to overlook any of these younger teams, because the younger teams can definitely make a play for this. And so, everybody's going to say, well, will the championship mean anything? It's a COVID season. Guys are missing out. And listen, these championships to me in any sport mean more than if it was played in a regular season, because all the physical sacrifices that these guys have to make in order to say, listen, I want to play the sport. Now, granted, they're getting paid millions of dollars, so it's not a human sacrifice. I get it. Don't kill me. I'm just saying it's hard when, there's no fans. Do we really want to be out there? We got to get COVID tested twice a day.
Right, it takes a toll mentally.
It's a little
playing a shortened season.
Right. We agree, Ray. No, we agree. We agree.
Flyers 3-2, by the way. They just scored late in the second period.
Kayla going mental comment. No, and look, I agree with you. And I think this is where hockey has done a great job. They've done a better job than all of the other sports maintaining some level of, okay, these are our guidelines. These are our rules. These are what we expect. And we're going to try and make sure that we keep everything kind of like
100%. And even now, not being in a bubble, I'm sorry to cut you off, but just the way they're going about having the COVID protocol, like last when Dallas and Columbus, the news came out, like they're shutting down Dallas's practice facility for like over a week. They're not playing any earlier than January 19th. So they're going to play after January 19th. Columbus players, like 16 of them are on the COVID list now, meaning not that they have it, but again, close contact. They're doing the contact tracing, that sort of deal. MLB is a joke, 100%. That got me aggravated too, what they're doing. The commissioner is a moron, absolute moron, but that's another story. But no, like you see in the NFL or other sports, like, yeah, we'll close the practice facility for a day or two, then everyone go back. You should really take more, much stricter guidelines, but every sport's different. So every commissioner's different. Write the money for them. So, like,
I know it pisses you off, but that's what it boils down
but
to.
doesn't that piss you off too? Like, you want you want to play games, but you don't want to see nobody, God forbid, something happen to them.
No, of course, yeah, but bro, you got to know when you sign up to play a professional sport, this is what it is. Like, it is what it is. And, granted, you're getting paid a large lump sum of money. They're getting paid handsomely to do what they do. So I'm not going to sit there and say, well, yeah, let's pity them. They're gajillionaires. They got money. They'll be fine. But it just it calls into question the integrity of whether you want to keep the players safe or whether you want to make the most money.
Absolutely.
If I'm being honest, hockey's the one sport that you can't afford to lose all that much money. You don't get great revenue even when you got fans in the building. Now, does it help if people are in the building? Yes, it helps. It gives you a bigger cushion to be able to say, okay, we may be able to do this. We may be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, they have a net. Their television ratings are their net. Their partnerships with Fox, Amazon Prime, TBS, all these various networks give them more options. Where if you look at the NHL, it's only NBC and NBCSN on a national basis. Now, you get a lot more regional coverage, but it doesn't give you the grand scope of, okay, in the playoffs, this is when it changes. Because baseball is a regional sport for the most part, but once you get into the postseason, it becomes a national monster because you have Fox, you have TBS, you have all these channels paying massive amounts of rights fees for these playoff games.
Right.
Baseball feels obligated to play the majority of these games.
Yep, absolutely. And now their contract is up with the NHL at the end of this season.
Right.
And ceased. And I'm hearing, we both hearing rumors that ESPN may pick it up again, which would be really great for hockey to be on ESPN again. But that's down the road, and we'll see what happens, or if they sign back with NBC.
Right.
Who knows? But yeah, hockey cannot afford it. And look, Bettman said it the other day. They're losing like billions, not millions, billions of dollars playing, but they know that this is, what the fans want. It's, kind of an escape for them.
Right.
And, they wanted to play this year and get it underway. And I love the logos on the helmets, and that's going to help too, revenue. Like, honestly, I would do that every year. Like, people overreact how bad it would look. It really, like, really, are you really watching a hockey game? All those, who cares? Like, I don't know. That makes no, like, when you watch an NBA game, or Nick, are you looking at the sponsor on, like, all that? No, you're there to watch the game.
I don't care who the sponsor is. Now, I know who the sponsor is for the Knicks. It's Squarespace. But do I care? No.
Or what it looks like? No.
I care. Just let me watch the games and leave me alone. Like, Make-A-Wish is the sponsor for the Lakers. Houston has some Toyota's their main sponsor. I don't care. I'm here to see somebody get crossed, hit the floor, and somebody hit a three. Think I care what your sponsorship logos look like? For the love of God, leave me alone with that garbage.
It's a joke. But it's mostly the older generation, like,
it's the older dude screaming, "Get off my lawn." I don't want that. You know what? Older head, go inside. Go inside.
Gotta go.
Um, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm. Listen, I am a very, 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 very happy lad. And you might be thinking, why are you happy? I'm happy for 3 reasons. James Harden is a Brooklyn Net. He got his wish. So everybody in Brooklyn is happy, happy, joy, joy. Go ahead, do your thing. They're also paying an inordinate amount of luxury taxes. So I'm happy. So they can't go out and sign any more free agents after this. And I'm also very happy for another reason. For the first time in maybe my lifetime, right? And although this seems small and minute and it's no big deal, for the first time in my lifetime, the New York Knicks are not doing anything stupid. So I'm looking at this Kevin Durant, I'm looking at this James Harden trade going, hey, yo, listen. I'm good with whatever happens. I'm good with however it shakes out. I'm good that James Harden is a Brooklyn Net. Because you know what? It ain't gonna work. Okay? Let me break some news for you guys as you see my Knick background. We're gonna get to this game tonight in 1 second. But you know why the Nets made this move? The Nets are concerned that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving might not play another game for them this year. Kyrie Irving is literally sitting there really evaluating whether he wants to play basketball ever again. Like, this is very real. And the thing that upsets me about all of this is, you basically forced your way to Brooklyn. You got Kenny Atkinson fired, who did a hell of a job getting the Nets into that position where you can acquire a Kevin Durant, where you can acquire a Kyrie Irving, where you can now acquire a James Harden. Like, everybody's gonna look at Steve Nash and go, can Steve Nash coach this team? When the true question should be, what Kenny Atkinson, where's his love? Where's the love that he gets for putting this team together and building a team in which, that free agents want to come to and play for? Like, Kenny Atkinson deserves just as much credit for the Nets' successes than anybody else in the organization right now. And let me just get to this trade, okay? Because everybody's thinking, oh, well, it's a great day in Brooklyn. It's a great day in Brooklyn. It may look like that on the surface, but let me just point out, Big Dog, they have no first-round picks to the year 2027. None at all. So you're looking at it going, well, what does it matter? Kevin Durant has a 3-year option next year and can choose to leave if he chooses to at the end of next season. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. So let's say it doesn't work out with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, where it becomes like a 3-ring circus. If you're the Brooklyn Nets, you have no recourse. You've basically let these dudes run your organization into the ground, and for what? To say you got 3 stars? I agree, Trav.
What's up, Travis?
Here's the other thing. You got more offense. They got better at somewhere that they were already good. You did nothing to get better at where you needed to get better. Defensively, Big Dog, since I want to be your friend and I want to help, I want you to join this conversation. I'll make this comp and I want to know what you think. They're the Toronto Maple Leafs of the NBA. They can score on anybody. They're going to look pretty doing it. I'm envious. Right. I'm envious from afar watching KD and Harden and Kyrie. I'm envious because they're gonna look good dancing on people. But when the true test is gonna come is in the playoffs. Because I don't think they can beat a Milwaukee. I don't even think they can beat a Philadelphia. I definitely don't think they can beat a Miami because Pat Riley got his crew tough as nails. You think Jimmy Butler's scared of those 3 prima donna? Nah. The moment they break a nail, these dudes, I got to sit out a couple games. My finger hurts. Jimmy Butler like, yo, Put my finger in the splint and let's keep it moving. You know, and that's what I respect about, you know, what all these other teams have done. It feels like the Nets have gone the easy route of let's get as many star players as we can. Well, all they do is score the basketball and they don't give me nothing else. Defensively, they were already bad. Big Dog, they were like 28th in defense before this trade. They're gonna get worse. They traded their backup center in Jared Allen. They traded their 6-man candidate in Karis LeVert. You know what I mean? Like, your whole bench is gone. Oh, by the way, Spencer Dinwiddie, who tore his ACL, is not with the team. Like, how are you getting better if you're a Net fan? Now, I know the back of the basketball card say, well, damn, we going to score on anything. But it don't matter. Right. You don't defend. You're not winning championships. I don't care if you score a gazillion points on people. And Kyrie's already showing you Kyrie's Kyrie. You know, let's just leave it at that. Kyrie's already showing you, you know the song True Colors? I see your true color.
Great song.
That's Kyrie. You see the brother's true colors. He's like, I don't feel like playing. I'm sensitive. The world don't like me today. I woke up on the other side of the bed. I want to go party with no mask on for my mother, my father, and my. Kyrie don't care about that. Like, and people say, "Oh, how can you say he doesn't care?" He doesn't care when, dude, you're getting $41 million to play with your so-called boy, your boy Kevin Durant, and you leave him on an island. Nobody knows where he was last week. There were a couple days there where the Nets were trying to get a hold of him. He didn't answer anybody's calls. And I'm like, no wonder why LeBron wanted this knucklehead out of Cleveland. No wonder why Boston wanted to get rid of him the first chance they got. He's a knucklehead. You don't listen. Look. Okay. Years of crap ahead for nothing. I agree with you. No, I agree with you. And here's the thing. It may be worse than the Kevin Garnett trade because they're all young and still in their prime. Like they all still want the ball. It's like a hockey player that, bro, I should be taking the last shot. I should be doing this. I should be getting all the opportunities. I should. Where's this? And we all forget Steve Nash is a novice head coach. He's mad young. You think they're going to look at Steve Nash and go, okay, Mr. Nash, we'll listen to you. Hell no. Hell no. I won't be surprised if Steve Nash is fired by the middle of next season. Oh, well, he got a relationship with these dudes. Yeah, how's that working out? They're a 500 team. Like, come on now. I don't know. All I'm saying is the Brooklyn Nets, they're gonna be fun to watch. They're like the sexy girl that you go to and you're like, she looks good at the party, but then you talk to her and you realize how much of an idiot she is. That's the Brooklyn Nets. Damn, you could say that. You could say that. That's a very apropos statement. The Cowboys. Well, goddamn, I didn't say all that.
Shot fired, Taylor.
Wow. Oh, but this is a beautiful day for me. I'm in my jubilee. It's a beautiful day for me. You see what's in the background here. Let's go Knicks. Anyway, real people from Brooklyn are Knicks fans anyway. What's your response to all this? Like, I know you got to be thinking, well, damn.
It's just utter stupidity on the Brooklyn Nets part. Why they would make that trade for just one guy, I don't know. And a guy who's I would never do that. Ever. Like even Jeff Van. Oh, would you want Juju Smith? No, I don't. If you're a guy that's going to cause problems, no.
Mhm.
But just for one guy trading all those picks,
Mm-hmm.
all of your first round picks for one player.
Mm-hmm.
Was he Michael Jordan all of a sudden that would trade and everything for one guy?
And their entire bench too, by the way.
I mean, Brooklyn Nets, good luck to you because that ain't going to end well. I'm not even a basketball fan. I don't even watch it. I didn't even know. I know that. It ain't going to end well.
It's like Big Doug is like, yeah, this ain't gonna go right.
Jets would do. That's something really stupid. That's like a Jet move right there.
The Knicks would do this.
Knicks?
The Knicks, and even they were like, "Oh hell no! Like I ain't doing that." Nah,
Right.
They did it with Melo. This is the same. Yo, honestly, this is worse than the Melo trade though. Cause they gave up 4 first-round picks. This is worse than the Melo trade, and the Melo trade was bad. Bad, because you could have signed him in free agency. This is worse. I was flipping out thinking about how the Sixers were. I started praying for.
You press.
And then, like, we're all forgetting, like, Karis LeVert can play. Like, put Karis LeVert on any of these other teams. You don't think the Nets are going to miss Karis LeVert? And by the way, how are you going to fill out your team now? You're going to have a bunch of 90-year-olds playing for vet minimums because they want to win a chip. They're going to be like all 90. They can't move anymore. You lost all your youth, all your depth, all like fam, what? As a Knicks fan, I'm like, yo, listen, I'll take the young RJ Barrett. I'll take the young Mr. Kevin Knox. I take all these younger cats that don't have, Knicks don't got no bad contracts. I am 1,000% gooch. Like, I ain't got to worry about nothing. Like, I'm good with whatever you decide to do. And I think Big Dog froze on us. You there, Big Dog? He might have frozen on us. Hold on a sec. His screen is... Yeah, I don't know what happened to Nick's screen, but nah, it's just it doesn't. The trade seems like a really, really bad move. It doesn't seem like something that I would have done because it seems like it was done out of desperation and panic. As I try to get Big Dog back here 1 second. I think his screen froze, but I'm gonna send him an invite again and see what we're looking at. But yeah, there he goes. Welcome back, there, lad. You froze up on me. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, the computer I'm using, it loses internet a lot. So hopefully for the rest of the show, it.
Computer's like, no gooch. No, but yeah, Big Dog doesn't even watch basketball. He's like, oh, this is just beyond terrible. This is beyond terrible.
A little bit of.
And granted, I would have loved to seen. Listen, they play the Knicks tonight, so I would love to seen a healthy, these guys healthy to be able to go to war against them. Just because I'm like, okay, for all this talk, let's see what you guys got. But I can't wait to the playoffs just to see them get annihilated, and then the finger pointing starts. Well, you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and you didn't. Okay. Here it goes.
A lot of drama.
Speaking of finger pointing and drama, it happened early in the year. Do we get Tampa Bay Buccaneers upset on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints?
I think so. Nobody else seems to think so, but I think Tampa's going to.
So you go from drama with Bruce Arians to now we don't got no drama. Now everybody's all
That's
peachy.
why. And I don't know, they're on a roll. I mean, the Saints are good, though. Saints defense is stout. If Brees could actually, he could throw the ball deep, the deep ball. I think it's going to be a lot closer than the last game. It's not going to be like a 30-3 drubbing like the last time.
And I think Leonard Fournette's going to have a big game. I just got a feeling that Leonard Fournette's going to have a big game for Tampa. And listen, I can see Tampa going in there and winning. Tommy Boy in the playoffs, as much as I don't like him, and I think he's a dweeb. I could see Tampa doing some space things in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's an ass. Let's just say it like he's an ass.
That should be a shirt. He's an ass. With Brady's picture on him.
Simple. He's an ass. He's an ass.
Big dog, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. He's an ace.
And then the same day, you got you guys and the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Hold on a minute. Just because you mentioned them, we got to change the green screen now.
Oh, look at this guy rubbing it in my face because my Jets stink. Look at this guy. Guys are playing for a year and a half, and they're about to maybe go to a Super Bowl.
Let it out, big dog. Come on.
Nah, I'll let you have your glory because
let it out.
You've been a fan for 10 minutes, but
come on, let it out. Let the people know how you feel.
I've been a fan of the New York garbage Jets since I'm like 6, 7, 5 years old. Little kid. I remember my dad got me the football Jet helmet, the jersey, and the football pants. Like die hard. I had a Jet locker in my room. I had Jet stuff, all like pennants. I had posters. I had, oh my God, hats, everything. Room for this team, go through multiple just heartache moments. I mean, the devastating playoff losses, the devastating losses in the regular season that don't let us in the playoffs. I mean, a butt fumble I've lived through. My quarterback getting punched in the face for owing his teammate $500, which should be nothing to a football player. Any test? I'll go through it. Want me to do this now? Because I'll do it. I'll go through every painful Jet moment. Penguins tie it up 3. God damn it. Vinny Testaverde tearing his Achilles. The year after they make the championship game, first play of the game, Vinny tears his Achilles, season done. Then Adam Gase. Then the Todd Bowles era. The Patriots kicking our asses, I'm just going to say it, for 20-something years. Oh, my God. This guy, you didn't have to live through the drive. You didn't have to live through the 0-6. I mean, yeah, 0-16, but you weren't a fan yet. You haven't been a fan through any really hard moments. And look where the Browns are. I can't. Oh, my God. They have to deal with. I'm sorry if I'm cursing, but oh, my God. Man. Yeah, he's been a fan for 5 minutes, and they're going to Super Bowl maybe. Because if they win this game, if you beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you have a very, 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 very good shot at making the Super Bowl. The way you run the ball, Baker looks like a leader and actually a smart quarterback. You'll get the fans back. I mean, it's all set up for them, too. Nah, this is the year. 2020 Browns Super Bowl. Watch. The Jets, they haven't been there in 52 years.
I know. I saw the video you posted on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, you keep saying it'll get better. Listen, if the Browns can get there, the Jets can. I'm like, nope. I'm getting like Joe B. Nah, I don't think. I swear to God, I'll probably have to wait till I'm like 90, 95 years old to see a Jet Super Bowl. I truly believe this team will not win anything.
What damn? What the hell?
Listen, man, you guys don't.
He's like, yo, you've been here for like 2 minutes, and you're on.
You left the winning team, went to a bad team, and now they're winning. Right, Skip? 52 years we've been waiting, right? We've seen all the moments, right? I mentioned the Buff fumble, the Geno. Oh, my God. 90 quarterbacks in like 15 years. The Giants have only one. They won Super Bowls, but then you go to the Browns, who are this terrible franchise, and then now they're winning. I don't know anymore.
I'm sorry, man. I feel for you.
That's why I want you to be a Jet fan. Maybe then they'll start. Maybe they'll start winning.
Nah, I can't do that. I don't even think I can save them.
They are. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, he brought it up to me the other day. He's like, yo, you've been a Brown fan for like a minute and a half, and you're about to. Your quarterback looks decent. Your running game is amazing. Your head coach.
We've been through 90 quarterbacks. We drafted Sam Darnold in the same goddamn draft. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's looking like a Super Bowl quarterback, where Darnold looks like a high school quarterback. Like
Baker got help though. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not blaming it all on Donald. He has nobody to throw to.
All over the place. So,
Skip.
They've been saying that for 50 years. Give it 5 more years.
I love your enthusiasm and your positivity, though. All right. Flyers score back and forth game here in Philadelphia. 4-3 Flyers. A lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah, but doesn't that sound like the Cubs? Yo, we'll get them next year.
It's always next year. No, I love his enthusiasm. I love it. But I just... Big Dog's been through the ringer. That's what it is. Like, he's seen them, like... Nah. Should have got Josh Allen. I mean... I don't Not even that. If the Jets, I don't know. Maybe if the Jets got Josh Allen, we would be good. But then, even if we got Josh Allen, Skip, I hear your point. But what if they still hired Gase, or they still had no weapons?
Right.
Then, because I don't know. It's
look at what Baker was in the game against you guys when we had nobody.
Yo, I hated that. And then you guys celebrated as if it was a Super Bowl. That killed me. When you guys beat us that year, what was it, 2018?
Yeah.
Because you were coming off the 0-16 season.
Yeah.
You guys lost maybe the first 1 or 2 games. And then, because it was an early September game, I remember, Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, who got hurt or got taken out?
Taylor broke his concussion.
Right, got hurt, and then Baker comes in and lights it up, and then
No, but I mean, look at Baker this year when we had no weapons and we lost to you guys. That's Sam Darnold every week. That's literally Sam Darnold every single week. Bro, he has no weapons. Who is he throwing to? Denzel Mims?
I was thinking that too, like the way Josh Allen played. But people say like Darnold. But we haven't seen nothing from him. And again, it ain't all his fault. Don't think I'm trashing. That's not what I'm doing.
Bro, you got Stephon Diggs as his wide receiver. He even has a world-class number one option in Buffalo. When did you ever give Sam Darnold a number one option where you said, hold up, this dude is a clear-cut number one option for Sam. He's going to help Sam's growth. He's going to help Sam become an elite quarterback. They've never done that for Sam Darnold as long as he's been a New York Jet. Ever. So we could say it's Sam Darnold's fault, but what have they provided him?
They haven't provided nothing.
Exactly, which is why, look.
Even if the Jets had Baker or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, I don't know. It don't matter. Because if you have no help,
right, they would be going
to the point.
Right.
If you have a garbage coach, what's the point? Not going to be any good.
Listen, you seen what happened with us last year. We went 8-8 with everybody saying, "Oh, the Browns should be in the championship game with this offense." We didn't have the right coach, and we were a 500 team.
And I'm telling you, and they even said it the other day, and I'm like, me and Stefan have been talking about this all year. The reason why, too, if you guys had Odell, I don't think you would have made the playoffs. But the fact that Odell is not on, and again, not that it's good that he's hurt. I'm not saying that, but the fact that he's not in the lineup, you don't got to worry about him chirping in your ear like if you're Baker, like get me the ball. Now, like it opens up that offense so much, and it's free flowing.
Right,
Stefanski opens up the play, but like you don't got to worry about nothing.
Right. Like for example, I'm gonna give you the prime example. We know Juice is the number one wide receiver on the team, Jarvis Landry, aka Juice. I just call him Juice because that's his. But we know Juice is the number one wide receiver on the team. But Juice don't come to the sidelines ripping off his helmet, get me the ball, like
DK Metcalf was doing the other day, and then look what happened. Russell Wilson tried to force it to him and a pick six.
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying. If you look at what the Browns are, you got Rashad Higgins on one side, Jarvis Landry on the other side. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a hell of a slot receiver with crazy speed and athleticism. Oh, and by the way, both your running backs can be wide receivers and play out the backfield. So I'm like, okay, he has weapons. And Coach Stefanski has allowed him to be comfortable and say, you know what? This is how we're going to play football. This is what we're going to do. And I'm not saying Odell changes that completely, but I think having that heavy ego in the room kind of makes me look at it and go, I'm feeling a little bit differently than I was a couple days. Like as soon as he got hurt, I said it to you that night. I said, this may free up Bacon. We might go on a run and we might, it might be good for us that Odell's not here. And what happens? 2 weeks later, Donovan Peoples-Jones catches the game winner in Cincinnati. Jarvis been tearing up the world. And they're running the football at a very, 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 very good clip with Kareem and Nicky Boy. But I understand how hard it is. And look, Kansas City, I already know. Patrick Mahomes, good Lord, I'm having nightmares about that guy. Like, I'm afraid to look at the film because I'm like, damn, bro. It's gonna be a matchup nightmare for us. I can see it already. Knowing what we gotta deal with that day, Travis Kelce, because we don't play tight ends well. Travis Kelce's gonna have like a gajillion yards. I can see it already. I just hope that I hope that Tyreek Hill don't get off. I hope this one don't. You know what I mean? Because then we're screwed. It's just Kansas City's no joke, bro. Kansas City for real.
Absolutely.
And then Stephen A, Mr. Backpedaler himself, he goes, "Oh, I give the Browns a shot to beat Kansas City. Oh, Cleveland's the best chance. Cleveland got the best chance to beat the Chiefs." What happened, Stephen A? You were just picking the Steelers. You said the Steelers were going to stomp us out. Now all of a sudden you want to change up and act different.
All these guys on these shows are dope.
Don't do that. You just picked the Steelers to murder us. Murder us. And now you want to act. Now you want to front and act different. Okay. Speaking of this other NFC game, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm picking the Packers to beat the Rams. I just don't think the Rams have enough offensively. I don't trust Jared Goff. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a field day, being able to score whenever he wants to. Aaron Donald's playing with like a some type of rib issue and all this, and so I just like Green Bay, man. I like Green Bay by a couple touchdowns, actually. What do you think?
I like the Rams. I think they're gonna stop Rodgers, and it ain't gonna be that high scoring of a game.
Wow. Really? Wow. Big dog with he's coming in hot, taking the Rams. I mean, I can see where he does that. Do I trust Green Bay's defense? Oh, hell no, I don't trust Green Bay's defense. No.
No way.
Oh, hell no. But gun to my head, if you're going to tell me who's the better quarterback, I see you, Skip. You're wrong about that Chiefs pick, though, but I see you.
No, Chiefs are going to win, but
I see. All right.
Saints, Bills, Chiefs.
Just why everybody picked Pittsburgh last week, right? I see y'all. It's all good.
No, I think KC.
Listen, I'm fighting for the boys, bro. I'm fighting for the boys, bro.
For what, 10 minutes you've been a fan? Stop.
He's bitter. He's bitter.
Kansas City, Rams, I think, Bucks, and honestly, that Bills-Ravens game is really hard to pick. I mean, it's in Buffalo, but
you take the Bills. You take the Bills, and you don't even think twice about it.
Why do you just automatically pick Buffalo? Just to go against you, I'm picking Baltimore. How's that?
All right, fine. Fine. I don't like you either. Okay?
What's that?
I don't like you either. You want to pick Bother Bear?
I didn't say I didn't like you. I'm just saying I'm picking the Ravens. Being different. So we have opposite picks.
He's picking the division rival against me. I see you there. Okay.
Yeah, let's go Ravens, baby. Lamar all the way.
Johnny boy, I love you, Johnny boy. That's all I want. That's all I want is a chance.
No, they have a chance. I think they have a very good chance.
You know how many people were saying we're going to get blown out? Like Colin Cowherd. He was like, they're going to get blown out.
That's all joking aside, no way. I think it could come down to like one touchdown. I don't think it's going to be a blowout at all.
Dope away.
And you pointed out the other day on the show, the Chiefs haven't. What have they really done this season that's spectacular? Not that I'm taking nothing away from Patty Mahomes, but let's be real. Right. He wasn't himself in a lot of games that we've watched. The Chiefs, I don't think, even blew out anybody. I mean, John's a big Kansas City follower. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Chiefs really, did they even blow out anybody? I don't think they did. Like, yeah, they're 15 and what were they? 15-1 at the end of the year, but the Browns got a chance. But I think KC at the end of the day, but I could be wrong.
Ooh, damn, I didn't do all that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Nah, I think that's going to be tight too. Man, Gibbs taking a blowout, eh? God damn.
Nah, there's something about Buffalo, bro.
What?
There's something about Buffalo. I like Buffalo. I like everything.
Yeah, you've been on Buffalo since I've known you.
Yeah, there's something about Buffalo, man. That defense and the QB's finally here. I love the head coach. I think he's a stud. And to be honest with you, look, Lamar's special. we're not even gonna sit there and diss Lamar Jackson like Lamar ain't special. Lamar is no doubt 1000% a beast. However, I don't necessarily feel like I want to see him. I want to see him do it back-to-back weeks. Listen, man, I'm good. I'm good. Throw it all at me. Andy coming off a bye is scary. Listen, man. Throw it all at me.
The internet. It
What
can
happened?
either be good for them or it can hurt them. I said it could either hurt them or it could be good for them coming off a bye. Having that much time off.
You're right. You're right. Score again.
Lamar's special, but I think he's overrated, Skip said. Yeah, the Flies are looking really good. Really, really good. They're not really skipping a beat. Lamar is definitely special, but there were times this year where, yeah, I've said that too, that I think he's overrated. 6'3" Flyers. Oh my God.
Yeah, big dog, your internet's lagging there a little bit.
Well, goddamn.
Your internet's lagging there a little bit, but yeah, slow internet over there. No, and then the final game, I'm going Tampa over New Orleans. I just got a feeling that Tampa's gonna beat New Orleans.
Oh, take it with me. I thought you were going all against me there with the New Orleans Saints.
Nah, I'm going Tampa over New Orleans. As much as I don't like the guy because I think he's a D nozzle.
He's an ass. Say it, Brady. It makes you feel better.
Well, you know, I'm going Tampa Bay, and hopefully, we'll find out how it all plays out.
Yep.
You got anything else, big dog, before we sign off?
Let's go, Islanders. Tomorrow, baby. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Oh,
for tomorrow night. Gonna be fun.
Oh, Christmas morning.
Thank you, God. I needed hockey in my life. Oh, my God.
He's happier than a pig in shape.
I don't know about that, Skip. I know Breeze is your boy, but I don't think Old Man River getting a ring.
Because your boy Patty, if the Chiefs make it, nobody's beating them. If the Chiefs beat us, they're going all the way. And I love Buffalo.
Yeah, no Bills beating them, no Ravens beating them.
Nope.
All right.
I mean, maybe the Bills, but I don't trust the Ravens. Lamar, that run first style. Lamar. Oh, real quick before we sign off, bit of baseball news. Just got to say this, 2 things, and then we'll get on out of here. MLB. What in God's name is wrong? Yeah, let's let fans in without proof of vaccination or a negative. Yeah, man, let's just let people.
They want to be super spreaders, I guess. I don't know.
Are you kidding me? That is garbage. That's gonna be all.
Wow. Patty Bree Super Bowl
Wow. Wow. Hold up now. I'd actually like to see that. As a football fan, now I'll be hurt. I'll be hurting because that means we lost. But
Yeah, you may not watch the Super Bowl if the Browns are out.
how you know that?
I know. Nah, you would still watch it because, like, you would watch even the World Series if the Yankees are out. You're nuts.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
No.
You got to be back. You want to be back in football for 90 years. Now that I'm back, you're out.
I know. How weird is that? And then when I was in, you were out. It's the opposites.
I mean, that's kind of been the opposite of our friendship.
We like opposite teams. I mean, you know.
When you zig, I zag, and when you zag, I zig.
Oh, Baba Boop.
You got no coffee, ain't got no stank, I ain't got enough for these people. Oh, speaking of dopes and nothing for these people, Chicago. We're gonna get to baseball in a second, but the Bears. You're gonna bring back Matt Nagy and the general manager, and you've done literally nothing. Nothing at all, but they're coming back.
It sounds all positive, too, on the Bears front, which I don't know how you can after that. You know, you didn't end up playing Nick Foles.
How are you
You
positive?
lose terribly in the playoff game. I don't know. Matt Nagy can't coach for his life.
I mean, yeah. The fact that
GM, I don't know what he's doing.
yeah, honestly, the fact that he's coming back and nobody's even saying what nobody's
They're probably mad
questioning.
at Chicago.
I don't feel like that though, because I don't feel the fan base questioning it. If it's me, I'm questioning it all the way. What results is he giving me?
They should. And there's no way Trubisky could be a quarterback next year.
But the fact that you went back to him, what does it say? What
I
does it
don't
say?
know.
Being able to read a room.
I don't know.
No, it's and then it feels like they're just okay with being status quo. They don't. There's no. Oh, let's change it.
Sounds kind of familiar. Who does that sound like? Team in the swamps of Jersey.
I didn't want to go there, but well,
You knew I was going to say it because
I think most fans are happy with this year. You know what? We got sports back, so who are we to complain, right?
oh no, it's great. Hockey's back, football, soccer,
Oh,
baseball, basketball, everything's back. God, Tottenham with a tough draw today. Oh,
you guys are really scuffling lately, huh? What's going on with you guys?
a little bit. I don't know. I think at some point though we're gonna need a new manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
What is it about him that you're like you?
I mean,
question?
we're in a cup final, but it's not. It's almost like when you're in comparison, like college football, right? You're a big team.
You're in
But
like
it's
the
like,
Capital
for like the sugar. What are the lesser like tournament bowl games?
He's like you're in the Capital One Bowl. Nobody gives a shit.
Right. I mean, we're still in solid position, but you got to start getting 3 points to move up the table and peak NBC. All right, I had to go here before we go.
No, I got time. What's up?
You have Man United and Liverpool, the two number 1 and number 2 at the top of the standings, and it's not on television. How is that possible?
Wow. That's really bad, NBC.
One of the greatest rivalries in British football. Soccer. Manchester United and Liverpool. How? How is it not on TV? And they're competing for the trophy. They're at the top of the standings now. We'll put it on. Yeah, right. We don't care.
Are they really putting that on? Wait.
Yeah,
So
on Peacock.
Wait.
Not on NBC, not on NBCSN, not just on Peacock.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Do you mean to tell me? Are you getting ready to inform me?
Here we go.
Wait a minute. And I can get, I'm saying this to be fair. I'm not the biggest soccer fan. I'm not gonna even claim to love a sport or to have allegiances to a team or anything like that. But are you prepared at this very moment to tell me that NBC has decided to put the biggest soccer match possibly of the year on Peacock?
That's what they're doing.
Wait. Is this real life? Like this is real. This is happening. Wait,
it is happening
in real life. Like
me neither, Caleb.
Like, hold on. Hey, yo, NBC. Here's a memo for you, fam. From the wisdom of Seth Martinez. Now, I'm just a dope from Brooklyn who loves sports and who wants to see every sport do well. But here's a memo. How about you put the best goddamn games on the networks where people can watch the games? How about that? I mean, damn. So you're going to make this poor soul and Kayla and all the other soccer enthusiasts around the world, decide, you're going to play for a streaming service. NBC, you should be ashamed of yourself, and I hope you lose the rights. I hope you lose the rights to the NHL, and I hope you lose the rights to soccer. You should be embarrassed.
Honestly, both should go to ESPN. That way, everything could be on ESPN. If they want to stream stuff, then stream it on ESPN Plus.
Graceful. Are you freaking kidding?
And I love the announcers. I love the pundits for NBC. But yo, NBC with soccer, how do you have arguably the best rivalry in the league not on television? How?
That's like saying, we're gonna put
the biggest fan base in the world of soccer, the world.
That's like saying we're gonna put a NBA regular season game. Give me 2 NBA teams.
Oh,
that are good. The Lakers. That's
like if they were really good, like at the top level of their game at the time, and you wouldn't put that on TV.
That's like putting the Lakers and the Clippers on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
What? Fam. There needs to be an investigation into all of this garbage.
Right, not even free. You gotta pay.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
You don't have that. You don't have Tottenham Arsenal. You don't have. I'm like, yo, it.
And why do your teams always get the short end? The Islanders, Tottenham.
Flyers win 6-3. Game 1. Really good game. Competitive.
Why do your teams always get the short end? Tottenham, the Islanders. Like, damn, let my man's teams be on national TV. Help him out.
Well, at least the Islanders this year, they're going to be on a lot. I mean, that's because it's a shortened season, but I'll take it. No, but usually, yeah, the Islanders aren't. Maybe once or twice if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Don't mention that the Jets don't even deserve to be on national television.
Having Duke Carolina on the ACC network instead of regular ESPN. What?
All right, kid. I'm just for one more minute because I got it in the brain. Like the World Cup too. I'm sorry. I really wish it was still on ESPN. Premier League, I missed that on ESPN. And again, like I said, the commentators, Arlo White, I actually met him in person when I went to London and I went to the Chelsea game. And after I was standing, because the players were they were driving out. So I wanted to see if I could see any of the players, And he was standing, but I'm like, is that Arlo White? And I went up to him. Anyway, just a really cool, down-to-earth dude. Yo, some of the guys' calls, even you, and you're not a soccer fan, but you're like, yo, this guy is awesome.
Because he is.
And the pundits on it, but the analysts, but I really miss soccer on ESPN. The Champions League too. Like when I was getting into soccer, like that helped. Like the announcers and oh my god, like now even that the Champions League. That's like having the NCAA like. That's like having March Madness only on streaming services that no one's ever heard of.
That's garbage.
Like the Champions League is on CBS All Access. Who's ever heard of that? Not until I heard about it, but I'm like, what the hell is this?
That's really a network? You're being serious?
Yeah, I guess you got to download the streaming app for CBS, and you got to pay again. And you get you get some good announcers, but nothing like back in the day when it was on ESPN.
Are you kidding? Like this is real life?
It is the champion. Think of March Madness, but not on TV at all.
Nah, that's craziness.
On a streaming service that's like you never like. Wait, what is that? Like, how come I never heard of that? Really? Like, and you want the sport to keep growing and you want people to enjoy your product and pay or
that's my thing. How can you talk about facilitating growth? And then we're gonna go after this, and you don't. That's like, all right, let's just use our show as an example. That's like us building a platform on these three networks, whether it be Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook Live. And all of a sudden, we decide, spur of the moment, because it's going to make us more money, we're going to put the show on an app where it's only a limited amount of people can watch the show. You don't get the full scope of what the show is intended to be, just because we want to be greedy and hurt our own audience. Where does that make us money? Where does that help us grow and develop a fan base?
Not even going well for them, because who... Like, how many people really are going to pay for it? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like people want to boycott it. I heard they're like, can't.
Well, and that literally, it pushes people away. You make people not want to take your sport seriously.
Like, people should unsubscribe. If you subscribe to Peacock for the Premier League, cancel the subscription, because that's not fair. That's really not fair.
That's unreal. Unreal. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. This was really fun. Big Dog got a blast. The Nets made one of the dumbest trades in basketball history. His Islanders are on the mark.
Isles Rangers. Let's go Islanders, baby.
Oh, they're playing the hard take. I'm purposely not getting it. Good. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should have.
You should. I never paid for it. I'm like, no.
Good. Proud of you both. Anyway, for everybody that watched, commented, thank you. We'll be back again Monday, 6:30 Eastern. Special Wednesday edition tonight. No show tomorrow. So just be reminded, no Nick and Steph show tomorrow. We did one tonight, so this guy can get his Islander fixed tomorrow, and we don't disturb him. And we'll be back Monday. Back and better than ever, 6:30 Eastern. So Stern with Let's Go Islanders.
Let's go Islanders, Stern.
Johnny Boy with the Let's Go Islanders.
Let's go Islanders, Skip. We're going to win tomorrow night.
I see you there, Skippy. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Big Dog, it was a blast as always, brother. And before we get on out of here, I just got to do one thing. One thing before we get on out of here. All I got to say is all real Knicks fans live in Brooklyn anyway. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Kansas City. Day.
Oh, you talking that kick? You talking spicy? It's right back. Hacky, I see you.
Oh man,
Look, I thought you loved me, fam.
I do, but let's go
That's
KC.
Right. That's so rang. All right, I'll remember that. I'll remember that.
Bye.
Bye.